What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have another free pick on deck for you today. It is in the last game of the day in the Dodgers versus Mariners game. We got a pick that we love in this one, and we're looking for a bounce back free pick winner for you guys. A few things to go over today before we dive into the free pick. Super excited, fellas. We got football season coming up. We absolutely crushed football season, about 150 units in NFL last year and about 100 in college football. So we're really looking forward to it as a group. If you guys want an excuse or a good time to get into premium, now would be your chance before next week we get officially underway with football. We have an afterpay option now available, which is completely interest-free, available on wop.com. All you got to do, go and select the afterpay option when you sign up for a package, and you can pay in increments of 4, 6, or 12 months. No brainer there. You can save yourself some money. Along with that, guys, we also have a guaranteed way for you to get into premium completely risk-free. It's probably our first and last time doing this, but we're super confident in our abilities to get green this week, but the week before football kicks off. So we're running a little bit of a different promo, which is if you buy the weekly package, which technically started on Monday, if you guys get that weekly package and we don't have a positive week, you will get a full refund. So it's a no-brainer. You can get into premium absolutely risk-free. If we don't have a green week, you will be refunded. That's how confident we are that we will find the green this week. As we have been in prior weeks, we've had 3 straight winning weeks, working on our 4th. And yeah, once again, super excited for football season. Great time to get in. So take advantage, fellas. We will get into today's free pick. So today's free pick is in the Mariners and Dodgers game, if you can't tell. And we are rocking with the Mariners at +1.5. Mariners on the run line at +1.5. As you can see here, the best line available is on Caesars Sportsbook at about -145. You can play this at Bet365 at -150, or even DraftKings at -148. All of those are good competitive lines. You can play it up to -155, but once again, shop around. A ton of books have this at that -145 to -150 range. So as always, get the best line you possibly can for where you're located. If you guys are in a state like Florida, like me, and you don't have options to a ton of different sports books, hop on into our Discord. We have 2 links with sign-up bonuses for BetUS and Bovada, an 125% deposit match bonus on BetUS with code STATBETS, and a 50% sign-up bonus with Bovada using the same code. So, no-brainer, guys. If you need to add an extra sportsbook to your repertoire, go head over there. I'll tell you right now, BetUS has very competitive lines for the MLB. So if you're looking to shop lines for MLB, BetUS is a really good option. But moving on here, we'll dive into the pitcher matchups. So the 2 pitchers that get to start today are Logan Gilbert for the Seattle Mariners and Jack Flaherty for the LA Dodgers. Jack Flaherty is recently acquired from the Tigers. He's a right-handed thrower. He's had a solid year so far, but the Dodgers got him at the trade deadline. And Logan Gilbert has been an all-star this year, has been looked and pitched great for the Mariners all season long. So this, excuse me, so this has potential to be a pitcher's duel, a low-scoring pitcher's duel game. I really like both of these pitchers, but the edge will go to Logan Gilbert in this game, and we'll talk about why. As we can see, some of these stats that we're looking at here. Jack Flaherty's K percentage is at 38.2, which is very good. His WOBA is 0.286, and both of these guys have decent WOBAs. Flaherty's at 0.301, and this is his career versus the Mariners roster, and Gilbert at 0.336 against the Dodgers. Now, as we know, pitching against the Mariners is a much easier task than pitching against the Dodgers, but they have similar numbers in a lot of categories. As we can see, their average is 0.2 and 0.208, which is a good sign for Logan Gilbert. He's going up against a very, very potent offense in the Dodgers, and yet his average is only slightly higher. His opponent batting average is only slightly higher than Flaherty's, and Flaherty's going up against a much worse offensive roster. Also, their expected slugging, as we can see, Logan Gilbert at 0.454, not bad either, and Flaherty just at that 400 mark, and once again, giving the edge to the Dodgers offense. These stats are not bad for Logan Gilbert going against one of the best teams and one of the best rosters in baseball. And this data goes back to 2015. And we'll dive in a little bit deeper into Logan Gilbert. So he has been phenomenal this season, leading the league in extension. He's the best MLB qualified starter in extension at 7.7. His pitching run value overall, meaning how far his pitches are moving, is 98th percentile, one of the best in the MLB, 99th percentile in breaking run value, 94th percentile in limiting walks. His xERA is 3.21, which is 30 cents better than his actual ERA of 3.56. His fastball velo is sitting at 96.3. Really good stuff from Logan Gilbert all around, especially with that base on ball percentage. The Dodgers are good at forcing walks. They're good at stealing bases. And with a low base on ball percentage, I think we see this limited today, especially the Dodgers being at home. They might try to play more conservative. And they came back late last night, scored 3 in the bottom of the 8th to produce a 6-3 win. And that used a lot of their pinch hitting guys. So their speed along the bases might be a little bit slower today. And Logan Gilbert's ability to limit walks will play a factor here. Now, Flaherty also really good stats all the way around, except he is a little bit worse in some of the categories that will fare well for the Mariners today. Number one, the barrel percentage. He's bottom half of the MLB in qualified starters on the barrel percentage, so hard contact. Batters are squaring him up over 47% of the time they make contact, or over 50% of the time they make contact. They are making solid contact against Jack Flaherty. Now, my computer's lagging out just a little bit. Now, this has not been translating to hits for Jack Flaherty, meaning he's been actually somewhat lucky this season. His xERA is 3.17, but this is actually a little bit inflated because batters are piecing him up. They're just hitting it to the wrong spots. They're hitting hard ground balls. They're hitting balls right at outfielders. And this is a sign that Flaherty's actually due for a bit of negative regression. Now, his whiff K and base on balls percentage are all elite, but the Mariners have struggled with this all year long. They strike out a lot. They have a high whiff rate. So I don't expect their offensive production to be worse because what they do well is they manufacture hits. They don't rely on the long ball, and they cause traffic via singles and hits and opposed to extra base hits and home runs. So the whiff percentage, the K percentage, we know the Mariners are going to struggle with that stuff already, so it won't limit their offensive production, how they typically perform offensively. And once again, the Mariners, when they excel, they hit the fastball well when it is located poorly, and this is something that Flaherty has struggled with. As we can see, his fastball run value is only 64th percentile, and his velo is only 37th percentile at 93.3. The Mariners have been fine at hitting fastballs, especially lower velo guys. Some pitchers that are similar to Flaherty have struggled against the Mariners offense early, and I could see this happening again, especially with a 93.3 average fastball velocity. The Mariners should be able to find some hard hit baseballs early in this game. And we'll go to a little bit of a preview here. So as we just talked about, the Mariners' weakness has been the strikeout and their whiff percentage, which has limited their expected batting average and their expected slugging. Now, where the Dodgers have struggled, not so much their K percentage, but their sprint percentage has been low. Their base on ball percentage has been lower, and their launch angle on their hits has not been as high at home as it has in other ballparks. I don't know why this is. I've been trying to figure that out, but this leads to a lot of double plays, and Logan Gilbert is a ground ball pitcher who will force hitters to hit into double plays. And the Dodgers cause traffic, so having that double play ability from both Logan Gilbert and the Dodgers hitters' launch angles being a bit lower this season, I think that it's going to be tougher for the Dodgers to score runs. Another piece of this as well is we go over to runners in scoring position. Now, this has been the struggle for the Dodgers offense this season, is they're actually one of the worst, the fifth worst team at leaving runners in scoring position at 3.61. Now, given this also has something to do with the Dodgers offense being very potent, their ability to get runners on base is big, but they're leaving runners in scoring position a lot of times because they're getting a lot of men on base. But another is due to that double play and due to the bottom of their order not having enough production to match the top of their order. So they're leaving 3.61 guys on base, and at home they're leaving 3.26 guys on base, which is higher than 2020 when it was 3.78. This number's actually regressed just a little bit. So their away numbers and their home numbers are actually a bit inflated this season compared to last season. So I think Once again, that ground ball is going to be huge for the Mariners pitching staff. Their bullpen is very, very good at inducing ground balls as well. And I think they're able to keep this game close, primarily because Logan Gilbert's on the bump. And also, I think they'll be able to get to Jack Flaherty and be able to cover this run line. The last thing I want to take a look at here is the bullpen usage. So as we see, the Dodgers have used 3 of their top guys heavily in the past 3 games. Daniel Hudson's thrown 32 pitches. He is their closer, so if this is a close game, they might not go to Daniel Hudson today. Same with Evan Phillips, another late bullpen reliever guy, sometimes even their closer with 31 pitches. And then Joe Kelly, one of their most consistent relief pitchers at 29 pitches. So they don't have a ton of top guys that are well rested. And we'll take a look at the Mariners. Now they have thrown Colin Snyder, Saucedo, and Munoz very frequently in these past 3, so those guys might not be as healthy. However, JT Chargois, one of their better relief pitchers, has not thrown at all in the last 3 games. Yimi Garcia is ready to go. Trent Thornton is ready to go. All 3 of those guys are very solid, and even more important, all 3 of those guys have career low launch angles this season. Once again, playing into that ground ball narrative that the Dodgers will hit more ground balls today and not be able to cause as much traffic. So, with all that being said, guys, we are rocking with the Mariners to keep it close in this one with the plus 1.5 on the run line. That is your free pick today. Best of luck as always. See you in the next one.